There are moments in life when everything feels heavy, when no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to move. When you wake up and wonder if any of it is worth it, when you stare at the ceiling and feel the weight of all your efforts pressing down on you, when your heart whispers, I cannot do this anymore, and your mind agrees in silence. There are days when the fight feels endless, when the road stretches farther than you can see, when every step hurts and every breath feels like a burden, and yet somewhere deep inside, you still hope that maybe, just maybe, there is a reason to keep going. If you are in that place right now, if you feel tired, unseen, unappreciated, lost, this message is for you. Because you are not alone. Everyone who has ever accomplished something meaningful has felt the same. They too have faced moments of doubt, of despair, of wanting to walk away. The difference is not that they were stronger, it is that they chose to keep moving, even when everything inside them screamed to stop. And that choice, that single decision to take one more step, even when it hurts, that is what changes everything. Life will test you. It will break. You open it, will push you to your limits. It will take everything you thought you knew about yourself and demand more. And when it does, you will want to give up, because giving up is easier. Giving up feels like relief. But what you do not see is that every time you refuse to quit, you are building something invisible. You are building strength. You are building resilience. You are shaping the person you are meant to become. When you feel like giving up, it is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are growing. It means you have reached the edge of your comfort zone, and now you are being asked to expand beyond it. It means you are stepping into the unknown, into the part of yourself that still does not believe it can survive this. But it can. You always can, because inside you there is a fire that no pain, no failure, no darkness can extinguish. Remember the moments in your life when you thought you would not make it, but you did. The heartbreaks that you thought would destroy you, the losses that you thought you could never overcome, and yet here you are, still standing still, breathing, still trying, maybe not perfectly, but honestly, that is what courage looks like. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to keep going despite it. Courage is quiet. It does not shout, it whispers, one more step, one more day, just keep moving. When you feel like giving up, your mind will try to convince you that it is pointless, that nothing will ever change. But that is not truth. That is exhaustion speaking. That is fear pretending to be a reason. You are tired, not defeated. You are uncertain, not incapable. You are in the middle of your story, not the end. You have not come this far just to stop here. You have survived too much to give up now. Pain has purpose. It refines it, teaches it, strengthens you. Cannot grow without struggle, just as muscles need resistance. To build strength, your soul needs challenge to build character. Every obstacle is an invitation to rise higher. Every failure is feedback. Every setback is preparation. Life is not punishing you, it is preparing you for something greater. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and realize that the moments that almost broke you were the ones that built you. The rejections, the heartbreaks, the disappointments, they were not endings. They were they pushed you toward the person you were meant to be. Because life does not take from you without giving something in return. Sometimes what it gives is wisdom, sometimes strength, sometimes clarity, but it always gives something. If you are willing to look deeper, you do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to see the entire path. You just have to take the next step, one breath, one choice at a time. That is how progress is made. That is how mountains are climbed. That is how dreams are built. Small, consistent steps forward, no matter how small, no matter how slow, keep going. There will be voices around you that say it is impossible, that you should quit, that it is not worth it. Do not listen to them. They cannot see what you see. They cannot feel what you feel. They do not know the fire inside. You do not let their fear become your limit. Your life is yours. Your journey is yours. And your timing is your own. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Your story is unfolding in its own way, in its own time. When you feel like giving up, focus on why you started, remember? The reason that made you begin. Remember the version of yourself that believed this was worth fighting for, that believed you could become something more, that believed you had purpose. That belief is still inside you. It may be quiet, but it is not gone. You can find it again if you listen. Rest if you must, but do not quit. It is okay to pause, to breathe, to take a step back, to gather yourself. It is okay to cry. It is okay to feel lost, but do not mistake resting for giving up. The strongest people are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who fall and rise again and again and again, because every rise builds a strength that cannot be broken. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be scared. You are allowed to not know what comes next, but you are not allowed to stop believing in yourself. You are not allowed to let the world convince you that you cannot do this, because you can. You always could. The power has always been inside you, waiting for moments like this. Moments when you are tested, when everything feels impossible, when you think you cannot go on, and yet somehow you do. The truth is the darkest nights often produce the brightest stars. When everything around you feels heavy, it is because you are being molded. Pressure creates diamonds. Struggle creates growth. Pain creates depth. If life were always easy, you would never discover how strong you really are. The version of you that exists beyond this challenge is wiser, calmer, more resilient, and you will meet them only if you keep going. Remember, success is not built on comfort. It is built on persistence. It is built on those silent nights when no one is watching, when you push through that doubt, when you show up for yourself, even when it feels like no one else cares. Success is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is the simple act of not quitting today, even when tomorrow feels uncertain. Life has a rhythm, seasons of growth and seasons of rest, seasons of clarity and seasons of confusion. You are not behind. You are simply in your season. Do not rush it. Do not judge it. Let it teach you. Let it shape you. Trust that every step, even the painful ones, are part of your becoming. You may not see progress, but that does not mean it is not happening. Sometimes growth is invisible, like roots beneath the soil, unseen but essential. Sometimes healing happens in silence before it shows in the light. Sometimes change happens in stillness before it moves into action. Trust that your efforts are not wasted. Nothing is wasted. Every struggle, every tear, every long night, it all counts. It all builds something. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you held on for so long. Remind yourself of all the storms you have already survived, the battles you have already won. You are stronger than you think. You have been through worse, and you are still here. That means you have a perfect record of overcoming you have never faced a day that defeated you completely, because you are still standing. You are still breathing, and that means your story is still being written. Your worth is not measured by how fast you move or how much you achieve. Your worth is constant. It does not shrink in failure or grow in success. You are enough right now. Even as you struggle, even as you doubt, even as you fall, you are enough. And when you start to believe that, when you start to live from that truth, everything begins to change, because strength is not found in perfection. It is found in persistence. Do not give up, because the moment you are ready to quit is often the moment right before everything changes. The wall that feels unbreakable today will become the foundation of your strength tomorrow. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you are meant to live. And even if you cannot see it now, one day you will understand why it all had to happen this way. You were not born to give up. You were born to overcome. You were born to rise. You were born to turn pain into power, struggle into strength, loss into wisdom. You were born to endure. You were born to shine. Life is not testing you to break you. It is testing you to reveal you, to uncover the strength that was always within you. So when you feel like giving up, remember this: it is okay to be tired, but do not quit. It is okay to cry, but do not surrender. It is okay to fall, but do not stay down. Take one more breath, take one more step, trust one more time, and keep moving forward, because you never know how close you are to the breakthrough, you seek the next. Sunrise may be the one that changes everything. One day you will look back at this moment, the one where you almost quit, and you will be grateful that you kept going. You will see how every struggle made you stronger, how every delay was protection, how every disappointment was direction. You will see that nothing was wasted, not a single tear, not a single failure, not a single setback, and you will thank yourself for not giving up. So breathe right now in this moment, breathe deeply, and remind yourself you can do hard things. You have done hard things, you will do hard things again, and you will rise again, because that is who you are. You are not weak. You are not lost. You are becoming, you are growing, you are evolving, and one day all of this will make sense. When you feel like giving up, remember that the story is not over. The pain is temporary, the growth is permanent, and the strength you build now will serve you for the rest of your life. Keep going. You are closer than you think. Keep going. You are stronger than you feel. Keep going, because one day you will wake up and realize that you made it through the storm, that you did not give up, that you found your way, and that everything was worth it, because it always is when you do not quit.